All right, hi everybody. Thanks for taking your time out of your day to come and watch us today. I want to thank everybody that showed up for the stream. I also have my co-host Tian Aqua, and our guest tonight is Rocko. Showed up. There we go. And you know how it is. We just sit around bull crap. We come up with questions. We ask them that type of deal.
Right on, right on.
So,
Uh,
Rocco, how many neon tetras do you put in a 10-gallon
In a 10-gallon tank,
tank? Yeah.
I'll put no more than 10. That's it.
well, he passed the test.
Right on.
I was trying to remember the last time I streamed. It's been a minute,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but guess
There's
I'll
a whole
see.
bunch of folks coming in, ain't they?
Yeah, we got 14 right now.
Uh,
Hi 503. Got Rocco already here. Hi Skull. Let's see here. Dave Farrell, Patrick Hardy, Ames, Lance Jones, and the famous Adele from a collaboration of Curiosities.
Skull Aquatics.
We got RB Animals Rescue. Muppet, Mr. Manifesto, Jenny Lynn, Deborah DD, aka Deborah Lewis, if y'all didn't know that.
Ah,
Patrick
okay.
Hardy,
Um,
and
Petite Patty. Always a pleasure.
oh hi Patty, how you doing? And by the way, I cracked my first beer, so you got to catch up. RB with G, how
Well,
you
hell, if
doing?
I'd have known that.
And I'm going to pronounce this right because a lot of people in the live streams do not. It is Stephen P 2003. We got 3G and Aqua Balls. Hey, what's up, Mike from All Things Fish? Thanks
All
for
things
showing up, Mike.
fish. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Big J. John McKenzie.
Oh, now I know why I didn't see it. My stinking thumb, the pointers was sticking over his. What's up, Big J, John McKenzie? How you all doing? All right, I got a question for you. First off, we'll go with an easy one.
There's Anthony.
Okay.
Hello. John. Hello.
We also got the CIA.
No tomatoes.
CIA agent is alive. He says S does. Yes, I am. Uh, how many tanks do you have?
The last I counted 19 altogether, and that's including my little boy's tank. My little boy, he's God bless him, man. He's got a little bit of social issues and stuff, but I walk into the local pet store and he's like, "Oh, that's a this and that's a this and this is like, wow, where did you learn all this?" He says, "Well, I watch you all the time." So, like, way cool. All right. So I figured, it's getting to that point where now he's a little bit more responsible. So I let him have his own tank, and he shares it with his little sister, and that he's trying to teach her how to do stuff, and they're always asking me questions, and a lot of times I'm like, well, you know what? You're going to learn just like I did. Right there's the computer. You Google that, and you come and talk to me after you Google it, and then we go talk to some of the other folks and see what they say. That's how I learned. That's how you're going to learn too.
Yeah, exactly.
Sandy, Lori, and Mike. Hello. Bruiser. Hello.
So
I think that's everybody.
I actually watched something, and I'm trying to remember where I seen it. Heck, it had to been a video I watched, and it had to do with kids that has social issues, kids
Mhm.
getting bullied at school.
Right.
It'll come to me who I heard this from. But anyways, I liked what that person had said uh, about kids getting involved in the aquarium hobby to where it helps them like focus and not worry about what was happening to them at school, this, that, and the third. And man, it's going to drive me nuts where I seen that.
Well, I have to say, you know, coming from a veteran, you know, and I'm sure you know too. The hobby I had, I will be the first one to tell you, the hobby for me is very relaxing, you know. And my girl asked me, "Well, dang, you're always cleaning tanks, or you're cleaning filters. How can that be fun? How can that be fun?" It's like, well, you know, once it's all done, you can just sit back and look at all those tanks and just watch those fish just floating around. It just takes you someplace else, you know, and all that stuff that was bothering you before just like fades away. You know what I mean? And it's like I said, it's just, to me, it's very relaxing, whether it's you're doing maintenance or not. You know.
Love you too, Mike. Another thing. Hi, Mike's Aquatics. That I found out, and you can relate to this because of, you know, what's going on with you. Me, I can relate to it because of where I work.
Oh yeah,
it's a sense of an accomplishment. Like if you end up breeding some fish, you're like, I did that.
right.
Sometimes in your life, whether you can't work or whether you got a job, where we'll just use mine as an example, that the only thing, like for me, I'm accomplishing, you know, making it home or whatever, or
Right.
you know, we'll say somebody, because I have a family member that's on disability because of their back got hurt or whatever, and their accomplishment would be like that too. I'm sure it's probably the same way for you. It's probably a nice sense of accomplishment,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because
Oh yeah.
That's what really drew me back into it. I think is because of my job, and then plus this is a dedication tank, but and that's why I also like to do other things on the side, like working on mowers and stuff, helping people out, not charging them arm and a leg, you know. So that's another thing I take from it. Oh, we got stuff in the house.
You know, I mean, just like you guys said, I mean, to me, it's just very relaxing, and two, you know, like it's kind of neat, I think, to start out with something and then just watch it grow and expand and progress as time goes on.
Right.
Because like you will have that really nice tank set up exactly how you wanted at first. If you do, it's going to cost you a fortune. So you know, it's just
right.
Well, that being said, you know, like you start off with like a certain type of plant that spreads or whatever,
Right.
and it's kind of nice just to see, you know, what the stages in the tank. And then you got those fish, you know, that breed, whatever. It's nice just to buy a couple of like certain species of the fish that you like, and then all of a sudden you got more of them without having to buy them.
Right.
That's pretty neat.
It's that whole sense of accomplishment. Exactly.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about this, and people are gonna call me crazy. There's been numerous times at my job where I just got fed up. I'm like, you know what? The hell with it. I'm quitting. I'm just going to go open up a fish store.
Man, you and probably half of the fish fam too.
I mean, I was to the point to where I was going to go make phone calls to look at buildings and locations. I mean, I was dead set on this. But then I was like, damn it, I got kids. I need to keep the benefits. So it's one of the things.
Right. Yep.
Right.
And the thing of it is, it's funny you mentioned that, because when was it? Probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, my girl and I, we went to Home Depot and we bought a new chest freezer. Okay, because the one we had was just too small, so we got a bigger one. So we went there, and on the way back, there's this little side road that goes right up towards the highway, right up by Home Depot. Well, there's this old building that they completely, and this building was, I think the date on it was like 1880 something, right? And like, you know, I had a little headstone up on top of the door, right? I was like, wow, that is such a neat old building. And they had redone the whole thing back to original, right? With the tin roof on the inside. And I was like, man, that would be so cool to rent that building and have a fish store in there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they have it divided up, almost like a little strip mall sort of thing, right? I was like, man, that would be so cool. And somebody went and rented all of it and made a boxing gym out of it. I was like, no. But I sure would have loved it, man. It would have been so cool. And it would have been like the perfect place because it was right off the main drag. And it had nice parking, everything. I was like, man, that would have been so cool.
You just walking there and be like, do you not know how many tanks at a person they put this place?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Third Coast, what's up, buddy?
Oh yeah, he snuck in on me. Hey, Third Coast, how you doing? Yeah, it's something.
So
Yeah.
Rocko, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So like when you got back into the hobby and everything, like what fish was the one that you just saw first and that you just couldn't go home without? I mean, you know, like, was it like a type of like tetras or like cichlids?
Believe it or not, you really want me to tell you the truth? Those exact fish right there, goldfish. Like the fancy,
Really?
like the Orondas and the, what do you call them, Ryukin or whatever. Those are my two favorite goldfish, and they've always been in the wheelhouse. Always that and angelfish. I totally love angelfish.
I made a nickname for them goldfish.
I'm sorry.
I said I made a nickname for them goldfish.
Oh yeah.
I call them Rocko.
But yeah, I mean, you know, angelfish, I just think angelfish are really cool, you know, and I really don't care if they're fancy or if they're high quality or whatever. I just think angelfish are cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, they are really nice, you know. I have just, for the whole time, you know, that I've been in the hobby off and on, I have never had them before, you know, but I would like to try to experience them sometime. But.
Oh, they're beautiful fish, man. And like I said, that's one of the fish I can just sit there and watch for hours and hours, and just stand there and not do anything, just watch them float around in there, you know, and it's neat, man. I really dig them.
They got their own.
There's just like so many different ones of them now. You know, they're just
right
because it's hard. You know, see like Jay. I think his name is Jay Oliver. He showed some. I think it was like 2 days ago. I can't remember.
Yes.
Friday.
He got some beautiful angelfish.
It was Friday.
And like these, I mean, like they had like a blue color at the top of them.
Yes.
And the fins on their body.
Can't remember what they are either, but those are beautiful.
Oh my goodness! I mean, like
I would die to get some of those.
Yes. I mean, like now, those would be the ones that I would want, you know, to start out keeping. I don't know what it is about them.
Angelfish, in my experience, I've never really had issues with them. Though I tell you, the only issue, and this is what we was talking about before the stream started, the only issue I've ever had was feeding bloodworms. That's it. That is it. I got what is it? 10, I think it's 10 angelfish in that tank, and every one of them had camellinas, and I saved all of them. I mean, I was like 3 times a day dosing them 3 times a day. Here, eat, you little thing, eat. You know, and I was medicating. I had to medicate them, you know, with their food, you know. And I tried giving them fenbendazole flakes, and the problem is with that is that medication is only in that food. Once it gets wet, it's only in there for 10 seconds, and then it's no good anymore, you know. And then it's just some nasty tasting foul food, you know. But if you give, like I said, I was doing brine shrimp with the powder, the fenbendazole powder in it, and then I just let it marinate for a while. I'd take a little bit of the aquarium water, put it in a bowl, put the brine shrimp cube in there, put a whole packet of the medicine in there, and just let it sit. And I fed them, and I had guppies going through it at the same time, and I ended up saving all those too. So if you ever get camellinus worms, fenbendazole powder in their food works amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to really keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's a good investment to just to buy some of that medicine. I mean, like I said, it's an investment because it's not cheap. It's I think I paid, God, I want to say it was $35 I paid for it, but it was like 30 packets of that stuff, you know. But I mean, if you care about your fish like I do, I'm sure that $30 is just a drop in a bucket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I forgot. I give a shout out to somebody that helped me out with the thumbnail for today's live stream. And that's Jess from Maine's Tails, Furs, and Fins.
Oh, awesome! Way cool.
I was having issues. I mean, I sent the one to Bobby that I made, and then of course I said something to her, and she taught me on it. So now I'm gonna have to
okay, we'll use yours.
I mean, yours would have been a lot better than mine, all because you know I don't even know how to make one. So,
well, there you go. Oh, can I make a shameless plug?
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's beneficial to everybody, I promise. You know how I was talking about trying to get a discount from Big Kahuna?
Uh-huh.
RFR10, and that's your discount. When you go in there, and if you go to his page and you buy something from him, it's is it BK? Crap, I can't remember. It's Big Kahuna Tropicals is what his website. He's out of Wisconsin. But if you go to his website and at the end it'll say, like, you know, you can put a discount code or whatever, put RFR10 and you can get a 10% discount at any time.
Do you have the website?
Yeah, I'll get it for you. 1 second. Let me find it for you real quick.
Type it in private chat and then I'll just
put
it on the YouTube channel.
I'll make it happen.
I learned something new today with StreamYard. So, yeah, you can oh, what the hell? You can actually go from StreamYard to your YouTube channel from StreamYard. It's linked like that. I didn't think it was. Because how I figured it out was I wanted to post on Fish Tubers, which I did. You know, I wanted to post my link. Well, whenever I go to my channel, it don't show that I have it scheduled on my channel
okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you went to it, it's probably there. So I was like, how in the heck do I? And then I just hit the button and it said view on YouTube. I'm like, oh, I wonder what this is going to do. It worked. Surprised the living daylights out of me.
Way cool.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. You know, I'm gonna have to go try that out. I mean, granted,
that link's in there for you, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know what the heck.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I pushed the wrong button.
But yeah, I bought some fish food from him, and I just totally love the fish food I got from him. And I was always a big, a big contributor to the extreme flake food. But man, these guys, my fish just went crazy over this stuff. I don't know if it's because it was something new or if it was just they really liked it that much. I got that from him, and I also got this filter media. See, I got them all traced out already. You can barely see it, but I got them traced out so I can cut them out for my canister filters. I'll put these in like a polishing pad on every sponge because it's got a sponge in every one of the tiers. Then I'll put this in there as a polishing pad to go in there with it.
So what canisters do you run?
I actually, you know what? And it all started because I've always been a guy that's, I got to give folks a try, give them a chance, let them prove to me that they're worth it, And I was reading somewhere online about these Sun canister filters and how they were junk and nobody liked them and yada 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 yada. I was like, wow, really? So I started doing a little bit of research on it, and then I saw, what was his name? He works for CJ now, and I can't remember his name anymore. But he used to work for Sun. So I was like, well, dang, it can't be that bad if he worked for him. It can't be that bad. So let me give him a shot. So I bought a was it the 402B? I think. Yeah, the HW 402B, and that's the one that's got the UV filter in it. And I bought it, and I was like, holy cow, this thing really works really good. And then I started. It's like, well, I started building up more tanks. So I think, well, I got to get a filter for this one. So I got another one. So right now I've got, one, two, three of those, and then I have two of the 402s, and then I have, is it 602 603s, a 602, and then I have I think it's a 4 series. I think it's it's a 303B. That one also has the UV filter in it. But I use that one. I use the one with the bigger one just because I got more filter space, I guess, and it's got a little bit more flow for my Oscar tank.
That's a question for you.
Is it Tropica? If so, I purchased something from the store last night. It might be. I always thought it was Tropical, but it might be Tropica. I don't know. But I know that his store for sure is Big Kahuna Tropicals. He's out of Wisconsin. If he's out of Wisconsin, that's probably the same guy.
Heck yeah.
Danny, actually, them 3 plants, the 3 groups that you sent me, they're doing pretty well. I got them in the 55 for now. Well, you can kind of see them this way. There's one stuck to the filter because I tried floating them. Then the other one goes here. And then the other one actually sunk by itself. It's actually behind the castle. I had it in front, and then picked this catfish, man. Whenever they get moving, they move some water. So, yeah, buddy, they're doing pretty well. Thank you very much. So, how old was you when you had your first fish tank?
Oh shoot.
And what size was it? I can still remember.
Well, it was a 20-gallon tank. I'm probably going to show my age a little bit here, but that tank is one of the tanks that had the like the little aluminum angle iron, whatever, the silver frame around it.
Yeah,
that was one of those was my first tank. It was a 20-gallon standard tank is what we had. And my dad and I, that was our father-son project, or one of the many that we had, but that was our first tank together, was a 20-gallon like that.
What year did you get back into it?
Oh shoot. Well, let's see. When I was stationed at Fort Gordon back in 98, I had a tank there, and I was there for 3 years. And then when I went to Fort Stewart in 01, 01. I started. I had a big 55 gallon there that I had. I had was it an Oscar in there and a big Pleco in there for a while. And then I got deployed and I came back and I didn't have a Pleco anymore, but I had another Oscar, so I was happy with that.
The Pleco died and somebody replaced it with an Oscar.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. So you really didn't have much of a break like what some people have. You
No,
still
I've
kinda,
always had fish. I've always had fish. If it's either I had fish or I had reptiles, one of the two. But I always had something. I used to oh shoot, just before back in the I'd say let's say I graduated in 89, so it's probably been 90, around 1990. I started breeding snakes back then. I started breeding like corn snakes and stuff like that for a local pet store we had.
okay.
I think at one time I had, was it like 34, 35 breeding pairs of snakes at one time? That was fun.
I'm gonna say something here real quick because I just noticed it. In the previous stream, if you was on Science Scout Aquatics, Kenny and Danny and Alex were on a road trip to Redfish Bluefish. They must have made it because Alex just went live.
Oh, way cool. Way cool.
Good. I'm glad they made it there safe.
Right on.
Sure. I'm wondering if he's going to stream there tonight.
On top of that,
I don't know.
I actually seen Kenny did a post where he was at the aquarium co-op as well.
Yeah, that's
the way
there. That's on the way there.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
You can kind of pass by it whenever you go to the island. I don't think it's that far out of the way. So what's your favorite fish you have now in your fishery?
My favorite fish? Man, well, they're all my favorite fish.
If you had to pick one, you always got
right now, if I had to pick one, I would probably say my flower horns. I don't know what it is. When I first saw the flower horn, ever saw a flower, I was like, man, that is the ugliest stinking thing I've ever seen in my life. And then it's like, damn, they started growing on me, kind of like a bad habit,
It's funny that you say that because when I first 2 years ago, when I first started getting in the whole YouTube thing, watching and then modding for Dan's Fish, I think I can't remember who it was. It might have been Paul Cafaro. He had a flower horn, and then I started watching Predatory Fins, and he started selling them. Mm-hmm. I'm like, who in the heck is going to want to buy this morphed cichlid looking thing?
Right.
Yeah, I'm like you. It grew on me. I'd get one if I could. It was like, all right, this thing's cool.
Right.
It's funny because there's actually been a lot of fish like that for me that I thought in my life I would never get. But whenever you learn, I think what it is, if you don't know nothing about the fish,
right,
you kind of push it away. Well, I started learning about it. I'm like, well, heck, I need to get a 75 and set it up for one. Something like that.
Right. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think it's either. I'd say it either have to be my flower horns or my parrotfish, another hybrid fish, But they're just neat looking.
I'm not attracted to them parrot cichlids.
They're just neat looking to me. I don't know. And they do have personalities too, kind of like an Oscar a little bit,
Yeah.
That's one reason. Yeah. Go ahead, Skipper.
The Oscar is actually one fish I think is so underrated.
Oh yeah.
It's every time I go and see them baby Oscars, especially my favorite one is the albino with the orange on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw one that were longfin. And I was like, well, listen, if I ever get an opportunity to get one of them, it's albino and longfin, You bet your bottom dollar I'll be getting one.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool is the Oscars, man. They have personalities like a dog. I swear. You know when they're mad. You know when they're happy, or they tell you when they're hungry, which is usually all the time. But they let you know everything, man. They really do have a personality, man. When they don't feel good, they'll even let you know.
What was you gonna say, Bobby?
Oh, well, like, we was talking about the Oscars and stuff, being like a puppy fish or a dogfish or whatever, but for some odd reason, like here lately, I've been thinking about like getting like some sort of a um, um, puffer, but the thing of it is like, like I don't want one that is like brackish water, and I don't want one that gets real giant, and then at the same time,
Puffers.
Yeah, but I like to get like one of those what they call I think it's like a Congo puffer or whatever, green spot or something. It's like a green spot Congo, and then you got to have like three of them, if not more, because they like to be like together.
Oh, like a community, yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, like you kind of got to know what you're doing as far as like what you're feeding them, because I think that those are the ones, that you got to feed them like a type of snail and clams, because if not, then you're gonna have to grind down their beaks yourself.
Right.
And,
right.
But I'm definitely like looking through like the clippers, because like Bob Kaler, Bob's got a Bahaka, and it's got like a dragon puffer.
Those are neat too.
They look pretty neat.
I tell you, Bobby, I agree with you on that, because those fish always amaze me. Because for one, I'm like, how in the heck are they even swimming? Two, it just looks like they float like a balloon in the water.
Right.
And three, their personalities are off the wall. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if I could get a 300-gallon tank in this house, I would have a Mabu puffer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down.
Well, actually, you could put two in that. Yeah. Because I was at a fish store up in Erie, PA, whenever we went up there for my wife to get her tattoo, which I keep forgetting the schedule for mine. But anyway,
Tattoos are bad.
I wanted to go to their LFSs. Yeah, right. And I was going to video, but it was just crazy up there. Kind of like what happened with you, Bobby, whenever you were down there. And then there was this 300-gallon tank, and they had two Mabu puffers in it. And I was like, man, if I could just put that in the back of my truck right now.
Right. I hear you.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I would love that. I got AP puffer. I bought a trio of them, and the place I bought them from, I had asked them. I said, "So what happens if any of these die?" Because they were the last three they had. Because I wanted a bunch more than that, but they're the last ones they had. I said, "So if anything happens to these, are they guaranteed?" Oh no, these are puffers. We don't guarantee these fish at all. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. This should be all right. And I got them home, and like the next day, two of them were belly up. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Well,
but the one I've had, he's fat and sassy now.
The thing with how do I put this? I haven't experienced it, but I know some people that have, because mine may have, because of where I got them from. Okay. We're going to use Big Bulk Store for an example. They don't quarantine their fish, and they don't deworm them. So if you don't know that they don't do that, it probably wouldn't hurt to try to deworm them again whenever you get them home.
Right.
So maybe that's something like with pea puffers. It would be a good idea to do whenever you get them, because
Right.
I had two. I had bought two myself, and that's all I wanted was two, and I got them from that said place. And believe it or not, they lasted for a good 2-3 months. But then the one started getting a sunken belly, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. And at the time, I
Yeah.
wasn't really into the whole research thing, and I just let Mother Nature do its thing. And then eventually, like another month or two later, it finally did. The other one did too. But pea puffers are pretty cool.
Oh, I love them. They're neat.
Hey, Griffin. Yeah, I mean, like, like, with puppers in general, they say that, like, because people feed them a lot of snails, and that snails are known to carry certain, like, parasites and worms and stuff
Right.
that they say that if you got puppers, that you should generally, like, treat them for worms at least once a year. So, I mean,
Right.
now, granted, if it's true or not, I don't know, but
Well,
you know what I mean.
if
But
Bob-
I have been taking this in from people who that we all know, and they got pretty good experience in that, considering
Right.
that we have a couple other puppers that that they own. So,
well, the next stream at 8 o'clock, I will make sure I ask that question since he didn't want to show up to this one. He's not in chat, and yes, I will give him hell for that too.
yeah, I got you.
But no, he's probably busy. That would be the man to ask. Bob Keller would know that.
Oh yeah.
Griff, are we streaming at 10 p.m. tonight? I sent you a message. You did not answer me back. I need to know my schedule for the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Oh, and Skipper also, somebody else who would ask that question too is Priscilla, because like she has a Fahaka pupper.
It's funny you just said that. It's like you read this cat's mind.
Well, Lance Jones, yep.
Yeah. I mean, it can't hurt them. You know what I mean?
I'd rather be safe than sorry, me personally, because some
Absolutely.
of them stinking puffers, they do turn into water dogs.
Yeah.
You get attached to them, man.
And
Holy cow.
they got great sight, like, because apparently, like, they can actually see about, like, 8 feet outside of the tank.
Oh, really?
Oh, they definitely got a sheet coming because they come to the glass whenever you're coming up. But I tell you another one. I don't know if you heard of this one, Rocko. It's called a cow goby.
A what?
A cow goby.
A cow goby.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
I've never heard of it.
I've never kept gobies, and I've always wanted to.
Give me a second. I'll bring it up. I'm telling you. I'm going to have a brain fart for a second because I got to think of the name of the fellow that has it.
What? That is pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, Joey Slam.
Oh, wow. Not cheap either.
No, they're not, but it is a pretty cool fish.
That is way cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I can't see chat or anything at the moment.
It's a rare and extremely aggressive fish.
Yes.
Like, well, that cow goby, like, as soon as you said it, I don't know why, but like, there's a saltwater fish that they call a cowfish
Yeah,
and like
it's not it.
and that thing is what popped in my head when you said, but I understand that they're two different fish because
Doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah, I was just bringing.
that's pretty neat.
Wow, those
Yeah,
are so cool.
Yeah, they're and what's funny
Yes, that's
is
what I was looking at right there.
you could teach this fish to come up to the surface and eat out of your hand, but
What?
the way they feed is like an arapaima. They snap at the top of the water.
Oh wow.
I mean, like that thing reminds me of a um betta and a pupper that had a good night and then tried to kill. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like to me. But that's cool looking though.
Oh, all right, Big J. I didn't know that one.
A marble goby. Now, how big do those cow gobies get?
Mm.
Here's a question for y'all too. Does anybody subscribe to Tropical Fish Hobbyist magazine?
No,
Is it worth it? That's what I just want to know. Is it worth the money or not?
they get up to 17 inches.
What? That's
Yeah,
a moose. That's not a cow. That's a moose.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, their head probably gets at least 4 to 6 inches wide.
Wow. Like a flathead.
Yeah, so I got news for the old lady. If that fish ever shows up at a decent price, I will have that.
Right.
But that is one of the fish for me that it just popped in my head because I normally forget about it because I know it's probably never going to happen. But I would love for it to happen.
Right.
That's
Well, I'll
just
tell you
one
what.
of
I'll
them
keep an eye out because
bucket list fish. You know what I mean?
BioAquatica is actually talking with 2 or 3 other I guess providers, for his fish farm, and I can ask him about that. Maybe I can get the hookup for you.
Well, it's going to have to start out as a baby.
Oh yeah, because I don't think a lot of his fish that he sells are big.
I'd be so freaking mad because I'd have to put it in this tank behind me. So it end up eating my favorite fish that I have right now. Then I'd have to put it down like a dog because it'd make me really upset.
Get them this catfish and take your butterfly and with the fish you got in there and everything.
I'm glad you said that because I'm going to get a small crickets tomorrow and I'm going to do a video.
Oh, nice! That's going to be cool.
I made a note for you. Right there.
All right, appreciate it. But
hey man, all about helping out, man.
Yeah. So 15 minutes. I posted the link. I guess I could do it again. Science Scout. No, sorry, that was before. Susie Q is going to be up, and her guest tonight is Big Tank Hank.
Oh, way cool.
Big Tank Hank.
Way cool.
But yeah, okay. So now I always like to ask these 2 questions, and a lot of other people do too. And I like to rephrase it because you always get, what fish do you hate? We don't hate fish. We love them all. So what fish would you say that you would not keep?
I would never keep piranha again. I won't ever do piranhas again.
Really?
Mm-mm. I don't, and honestly, I don't think, in my opinion, I really don't believe they should be in the hobby. Period. You know, because let's be honest, that's a dangerous damn fish. You know, you put that in the waterway and they start breeding, you're gonna have problems. You know, now will they last very long? Probably not, but they'll be pretty, destructive while the time they are alive, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd say down south they would, but up here they'd be dead. They'd be dead that winter.
Yep.
They would
Florida,
love Florida.
they would definitely make it.
Oh yeah.
It seems like
Florida,
a
South Texas.
cesspool. It's like a cesspool, both of them places for invasive species that people dump out their backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know, I would love to go there and go um, um, collecting
Oh
with
yeah.
that guy. You know that guy that they I think his channel name is Wild Fish Tanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be cool to go. Yeah.
Well, they got right there in Houston. I can't remember who was telling me. I think it might have even been Patrick that told me. Right there, and some of the sloughs they have in Houston, there's gigantic plecos in there. I was like, "What? Really?" So I can't imagine what else would be in there.
If you watch Blue Gabe or Kelly Young down Florida, them plecos are everywhere. I'm calling them plecos.
Cooper Aquatics.
Hey, Cooper, what's up, buddy?
Buddy? Yeah, they're just everywhere down there. It's ridiculous.
Hey guys, I had a question. So do you guys keep any of those corridors they call Julie Corys or like Julia or whatever?
I just have some salt and pepper ones. What else do I have? Salt and peppers. I got a couple albinos, and I got some. What do they call them? They're a jade color.
Mm. Oh,
unfortunately, they're two males.
They're
I got
Aeneas, green Aeneas, because your albino is actually an Aeneas. Actually, no, I have, but I was a teenager then, so I can't give you any experience with them because I didn't know
phantoms.
What the hell I was doing.
I would love a green phantom pleco.
See, like yesterday, I picked up 3 of the Julie corridoras, and I got them for like $6. And
hi, Foxy.
I thought that was a good
I don't know
deal,
if they're like a.
What do you call those? Sorry to hear that, Foxy.
Hey, Foxy.
If I lived close, I'd have came and help you.
Oh no!
Her
snail baby. Oh, okay, I got you. Sorry, Foxy.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yes.
I think. Is it a Venezuelan? Something Venezuelan? Maybe that's what they are. I can't remember. Emerald green. Yeah, maybe that's what they are. Emerald green.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of that,
you'd have to send me a picture. I'll be able to tell you because for some reason I love stories.
Oh, I do too. Great cleanup crews.
The swap that we had in Chattanooga, you see, like Bob Keller and I, we went to a couple different stores at the swap, and then at one of those stores, I actually picked up 7 of those corridors that they call orange green Corys.
Yes.
They would remind you of a orange laser Cory mixed in with a red Venezuela Cory. You know what I mean?
It's actually an orange Venezuelan Cory is what it is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have babies, I want some. That's all I got to say.
go to get Dan's store on Get Gills. He has some for sale, and look at that picture.
Well, the thing with it is, it's like, I mean, I got a killer deal on them. I think because back to where I got them from, they are pretty good size, and I bought 7 of them for like around like $4 a piece.
Oh Jesus, that's a
What?
steal.
That's a
Okay,
steal,
so
man.
you need to go to Dan's Fish's store online and look at his. Since he got the good pictures now because he has somebody doing it for him,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll uh, be able to compare.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna have to go over there and check it out then.
Hey, Miss Lori, how are you? Welcome back.
He's been busy with these stinking stingrays. She had pups again.
Oh yes, Miss Lori. Speaking of Lori, how are
Congratulations.
those pups doing?
She just had. Oh, she was feeding them. I'm sorry.
Those guys are beautiful.
Aren't they though?
Oh
I keep
my
forgetting to
goodness.
watch that video. I've been so busy.
Oh
You know, I
man,
can
they're
say
so
like
cool.
those are definitely on the old bucket list as far as like like uh holy grail fish to
Yes.
keep, you know what I mean, to keep like inside my fish anyway.
Dang it, Skipper! Now you got me wanting a beer.
Jack,
You
and
know
Dr.
what?
Pepper, here I come.
Right?
It's been a long week. This is my stream, and I don't give a
Yeah, don't
shit.
give a shit.
We got 8 minutes left, anyways.
Right on.
But
I suppose I can wait 8 minutes.
You think my fish is sexy? It really turns her on.
uh, what what are your goals with your fish room? Do you have
With my fish room?
Yeah? Do you have ideas of? Do you
Well,
have
I tell you
any
what I
breeding
really want to
projects?
do. So what I really want to do is I got see 1, 2, 3, 4 guppy tanks right now. And I really want to just get a bunch of guppies going, breeding, and so I can just roll over guppies, just roll them over, roll them over, take them down to San Antonio because there's a plethora of stores in San Antonio I haven't even been to yet, and they're all interested in buying guppies. So I'm like, well, and my guppies aren't like prize winning guppies or by any means,
Mhm.
but they're just
They
mud
just
guppies,
they need
you know.
product push.
Right. So if I can go down there and get rid of them, for a while, get some store credit at a couple places like that, and just build it up. I want to do that so I can get bigger tanks, not mess with the guppies no more, and breed other fish, a little bit bigger fish, and just keep going at it like that. Because I really, I love my guppies. Don't get me wrong, and I'll always have guppies. Oh, because I think they're just beautiful fish. I'll always have one
Yeah,
tank strictly with guppies
I
in
was,
it.
I was going to
But
say you ain't ever going to get rid of them because if you got rid of all of them, you end up with them again.
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, 'cause I know I definitely I'm gonna have one tank. I know for sure, maybe two. But I know Jess has got some guppies that I just fell in love with, and then also now Chewy's talking about he's got some guppies that he wants me to get a hold of. I'm like, well, cool, all right, So I'll know I'll have those two tanks for sure. But I'm really loving the flower horn thing, man. I'm really loving the flower horns and that and plecos too. So
Oh yeah.
eventually that's I think where all my attention is going to be. Eventually it'll be two tanks. I will have my guppies. Of course, I'm always going to have an Oscar tank because I love my water pups, and then of course I love endlers too. So after that, it'll be probably tanks in the house. It'll be flower horns, and then just those few certain tanks, and my plecos, and then outside I want a stock pond with eventually be those guys.
Nice.
I'm going to put a nice pond outside for them. Yeah, but that's definitely
Yeah.
that's where it's going, And then of course I got shrimp too, so you know, and my little girl just loves the shrimp. So I think eventually what'll happen is all my shrimp will become hers. You know,
Nothing wrong with that at all.
yeah. Because I mean, I probably right now I probably got close to 300 shrimp right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Give or take. Yeah, and it's like they're always buried all the time. So it's like, dang, more again. You know,
Now, you got the cherry shrimp or the blue.
I have cherries and I have some carbons and I have don't know where they started coming from, but I started getting chocolates. So I took I was starting to cull them at first, you know, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, I'm getting a bunch of these. So I just started putting them in a tank, and I got a bunch of chocolates too. And
Nice.
I don't know if my carbons just started throwing them or something, but I'm starting to get carbon rillies now too.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna
And Patty.
start taking them out.
Oh, that's cool. And
Yeah,
Patty,
he has to call Patty out.
Patty, sweetheart, you are the only doll that I need over at my house. So, baby doll, come on over.
It is, and it is. Am I hearing that he? Never mind. I'm not going to say that. That's crude. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
I'm going to be good.
But since we have 3 minutes left, I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day, coming to sit with us. Sorry,
Absolutely.
I know it's been a while. I've been having a lot of things going on with life. It sucks sometimes, but what do you do?
That's right.
Thanks always, Bobby, for being my co-host, and Rocko, thanks for accepting the invitation.
Oh man, I was like I said, I was shocked and excited and happy to do it. Absolutely.
Thank you, Skipper.
You're welcome.
And it is a pleasure.
And thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Shoot.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, Rocko.
And thank you everybody for showing up. Yeah, man, it was cool.
Well, yeah, sure, Patty.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Take care, Patrick.
Oh man.
Gotta love Patty.
They're actually Lori, those fish family shirts are up and ready to go. If anybody wants to add to them, you're more than welcome to anytime. Just send me the logo, whatever you want to put on there, but they are ready to rock and roll. They're good to go. Yeah. The ladies flowy tank top, I can't remember if I did it or not, but I did get with Aquarium Cop's brother Bill to get kind of a from him and his family if it was cool if we used his logo on those shirts. And they were just like, yes, most definitely, please do. And he actually put on one of my comments on one of my videos that he said he's gonna go buy a whole bunch of them for his family. And what I did is I took his logo and I put it right over on the left side of the top of the shirt, so it's like right over your heart. I just thought it was kind of a nice little tribute. But they are ready to rock and roll.
That's one person I wish I would have met in real life, because I'm going to tell you
same here.
Whenever I first got into the streaming before he passed away, me and him used to mess with each other, especially when he found out what my job was.
Right.
He knew that whatever he dished out, I was going to give it right back to him. We had a lot of fun on a lot of late night streams at the beginning of the year. But yeah, it was great. But it's now 7:00. If y'all want to do, it does. It always does, especially when you're having a good time.
Right.
Let's do a hashtag Rocko. If you're going over to see Susie Q, she should be going live now. And thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe.
God bless y'all.